And so we have some news here regarding the SEC spot Bitcoin ETF approval window that is set for January 5th through the 10th. And so we know over the last couple of weeks, there has been some closed door meetings with the SEC and Grayscale and BlackRock regarding the spot Bitcoin ETF approval. And so there is potential, there's a lot of eyes looking on this, there's a lot of hope that this is going to be approved. And so the reason that they are focusing on that January window there is because the first one to have a final deadline here is the ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF, which the final deadline on that is January 10th. And so we can see there is many other ETFs that have been filed that have deadlines after that, and so they go all the way through May 30th here. However, people are anticipating that if they're going to go ahead and approve or deny the ARK 21 shares Bitcoin ETF on the 10th here, they will probably make a decision on the rest of these as well. And so as we can see here, Bitcoin is currently trading at $38,785. It's up about 2.7% in the last week, and my price target for Bitcoin over the next week is between $40,000 and $42,000. There's a lot of bullish catalysts taking place and a lot of things are aligning, and so I think we will be pushing up to that amount here. And so if you're interested in leverage trading, the platform that I use is Margex. There is a link underneath the video. If you're interested in that, you can leverage multiple different assets they have listed here. And so if you're interested in trading any of these, you can sign up using that link. And so as I mentioned here, you can also leverage between 5 to 100x. However, just keep in mind the higher amount of leverage, the higher risk it is for that position to be liquidated. And so I have some very interesting charts we're going to be going over here for the cryptocurrency market, just showing why I am so bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum and other crypto altcoins as well here. So this is the crypto altcoin market cap. This excludes Bitcoin. So we can see right now this is trading at 668 billion. I am looking for a break above 670 billion. This has been resistance in the past. And so this could be very bullish for Ethereum. And then we're going to see many altcoins follow here as well. Another thing that I'm noticing on this chart here as well is that the simple moving average here is starting to cross over, very similar to back in 2017 when the bull run started for many altcoins. We can see the SMA crossed over here, and then once that made that cross, we started to see a very bullish trend form. And so we're seeing something very similar happen here in 2023. We saw the same trend happen in 2020. Before the bull run again, we crossed over, and then we started forming a bull run ahead. And so these are about spaced apart by about 3 years. We can see in 2017 we had the same crossover take place, and then 2020, and now we're in 2023 here, and you can see here we have crossed over with the simple moving average. And so this could be a very bullish indicator for the entire cryptocurrency market. And so let's go ahead and take a look at another chart for Ethereum here. Ethereum, I see this doing very well here in the short term. As we can see, since I started even making this video, we've went from about $2,100 to $2,120. A break above $2,140 is going to be extremely bullish for Ethereum. I can see this doing very well here in the next day or two, and then many altcoins are going to follow as well, just because if Ethereum breaks out, we're going to see a lot of that money flow through smaller altcoins, and so that's something to keep in mind. One other chart here for Ethereum. Again, I am very bullish on this. We can see this is zoomed out a little bit. We're looking at the weekly chart here. However, according to this indicator here, we have flipped green. And so we can see that here we are above that channel, and we are up at that $2,140 resistance. So if we go ahead and break above that, I think we'll have a massive run here. We're going to be looking at maybe $2,500 Ethereum over the next couple of weeks. And so this is a cryptocurrency I'm very bullish on. And so there's a lot of catalyst coming up for cryptocurrency. As we just talked about, there's the ETF and regulation. With the spot Bitcoin ETF, this requires them to hold physical Bitcoin. And so if demand increases as the spot Bitcoin ETF is released, they're going to have to hold physical Bitcoin rather than the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust right now. They don't have to hold physical Bitcoin. So this could create a lot of demand for Bitcoin and increase the price, knowing that there is only going to be 21 million Bitcoin to ever exist. And so another catalyst as well is the Bitcoin halving coming up in April 2024. Historically, that has been very positive for the price of Bitcoin. We also have the potential rate cuts coming in Q1 of 2024 as well, since we have declining inflation. So a lot of these are going to really hit at about the same time as the Bitcoin halving and the ETF approval. And so this could be a very big catalyst for all these different cryptocurrencies. Obviously Bitcoin, but we will see many altcoins follow here as well. I want to go over some other news here that I found as well. So we have Coinbase looking to improve their transaction cost, and so they have their own layer 2 base. However, they want to integrate other blockchain ecosystems such as Solana to enable fast and cost-effective solutions. And so this would be very bullish for Solana. Solana currently trading around $61 currently. Now, if they officially announce that they're going to be integrating Solana to help reduce transaction fees and times, I think we could easily send Solana to $100. And so this is something to keep in mind, right? I mean, Coinbase is one of the only exchanges really left in the US. We've seen a lot of exchanges kind of start dropping out. So if Coinbase is starting to really gain a lot of users, and then they decide to integrate Solana, this could really start to drive up the price because there'll be a lot more utilization and transactions happening on Solana. And as there's more utilization, that typically drives up the price of these cryptocurrencies. As I mentioned as well here, we have that the SEC has met with Grayscale, BlackRock about potential Bitcoin ETFs. And so there has been many closed door meetings with the SEC. I'm sure they're discussing these Bitcoin ETFs, what they're going to approve, or they're really working out the final details of things that must change before these are approved. They know they have the deadline coming up on the ARC21 shares Bitcoin ETF on January 10th. And so they got about a month there to really finalize these small details before having to make a decision. And so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure to check out the link down below to Margex if you're interested in leverage trading. Again, like I mentioned before, I am very bullish on Ethereum. This may be a good potential opportunity here to go long on this crypto asset, especially if we are looking at breaking the resistance at 2140. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on that. Again, with this, there is very high risk, so I do not recommend putting a ton of money into this. However, it is something fun to play with, since you can use a smaller amount of money and then use the leverage to increase your position. And so thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video.